Hello everyone, I am Diana Jane Panerio, and today I'll be presenting my code about the singly linked list in C++. So in these presentations, I'll be explaining how the program works, including adding and removing nodes like pop, shift, and unshift, and how the data connects in a linked list until it reaches null. So let's get started. So as you can see at the very top, these parts include the IOStream library. So this allows me to use input and output commands like cout and cin without writing std every time. So the next part, this is the structure of a node. So each node stores two things, the data or the value and next or pointer that connects it to the next node in a list. I also added a constructor node, which is the end value, so that every time I created a node, I can directly give it a value. So the pointer next is to null by default, meaning it doesn't point to anything yet. Here, I created a class called linked list. So this class will handle all the linked list operations. So it has one main variable called head, which always points to the first node to the list. At the start, I set it to the null because the list is empty when the program begins. Next, this part is the push functions. So this adds a new node at the end of the list. So if the list is empty, it becomes the first node. So if not, it goes to the last node and connects the new one after it. So next, this part is the poop functions. So this removes the last node. So it first checks if the list is empty. So if there's only one node, it simply deletes the node and makes the list empty. Otherwise, it goes to the second to last node and removes its links to the last one, effectively deleting the last node. This shows how we can manage memory and remove elements without using arrays. So this is what we call the shift functions. So this removes the first node by moving the head to the next node. So after these operations, the second node becomes the new head of our list. So this is the unshift functions. So this adds a new node at the beginning of our list. So it creates a new node, connects it to the current head, and then makes this a new node and the new head of our list. So the next part of our code, this is what we call display functions. So this prints the linked list and it started from the end and goes through every node. So this printing each value followed by an arrow to show the link. So when it reaches the end of our list, it prints null, which represent the end or no more connections. So this is the last part of our code. So this is where the program actually runs. So I first created an object called the list, then added 5 data values, which is the number 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50 using the push functions. So next, I used the pop functions to remove the last value, and then the shift functions to remove the first value, and then the unshift function to add a new value 5 at the beginning. So after every functions, the display function shows the updated linked list so we can clearly see how it changes step by step. So this is my output of my code. So when I run the program, the first thing that appears on the screen is the linked list, which has the value 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50 and reaches to null. So this means my linked list has the 5 nodes, and this is all connected on one after another. So the arrow shows the link between each node, and the null at the end means it is the last node or the end of our list. So the next, the program performs the pop operations. So the output becomes the after pop linked list, then 10, 20, 30, 40, and reaches to null. So this shows that the last node, which had the value 50, was successfully removed from the list. And then The program performs the shift operations and the output changes after shift, linked list, and 20, 30, 40 value and reaches to null. So this time, the first node with the value 10 was removed. So the list now started at 20. And finally, the unshift 5 operations add a new node at the beginning, and the output becomes after unshift 5 linked lists, which has a value 5, 20, 30, and 40 and reaches to null. So this shows that the value 5 was added to the start of the list. Now 5 is the new head of the linked list. And that's all my explanation about my linked list program. Thank you so much for watching my video report, and I hope you learned something about how linked lists work in C++.